Okay, spoiler warning. So I'm just going to talk about this episode, and I will be talking about spoilers. So there's your little warning. So Lux. Now this is the episode I was most interested in out of season two. Okay, it was the only episode I was really interested in out of season two, and it's because of obviously the concept. And just like every other recent, new series episode of Doctor Who, it has an interesting concept, and it completely wastes it. I will say, I'll start with some positives. The first half of this episode, I really enjoyed the first half. The first half had a nice sort of creepy sort of atmosphere to it, and obviously, building, up to the Doctor and Lux's first meeting. That was all well and good. And then when he finally traps them, it's just that is basically just after they've been trapped. That's when the episode starts to go downfall, because Lux is the most interesting thing in the episode, and he barely has any screen time in the episode. Now, this could be for two reasons. Number one, budgeting, because Lux, it's pretty well animated throughout the episode. He is really animated. His design is fantastic. It does really fit in with the more rubber hosey type aesthetic. Like, to be honest, he's less of a 50s cartoon, to be honest. He's more like, I'd say, late 30s, early 40s, like one, because of his more rubber hosey type aesthetic. But anyway, with looks and that, he's really well animated. However, when the Doctor goes in, when the Lux traps the Doctor and he goes 2D animated, I was looking forward to this segment. And my god, it lasts fucking 2 minutes. Yeah, and also the animation is much worse. Like, it literally goes from, Lux, which is obviously meant to be kind of like a Merry Melodies type, character. Whereas when the Doctor is then 2D animated, it goes for a more Hanna-Barbera type style, including the very much more limited animation and the lip syncing just not syncing, basically. And it ends very, very quickly. So, yeah, it's just, Also, the reveal of just like what everything's happening, like, just like, oh, it looks as another god and that. Just like another reference to the toy maker, blah blah blah. Just like, oh, did we have to have that again? Like again, can't it just be, when Lux said, "Oh, I don't know," I was just like, great. Can we keep it a mystery? No, let's not. Let's not keep it a mystery. Let's say everything. Also, the Doctor's saying you have to abide by the rules. You have to tell us how to defeat you, and he gives them a riddle. It's just like, when has that been a thing? When has that ever been a thing? Like, I mean, Sutek wasn't a god to begin with. He wasn't. He was a god-like being, but he wasn't an actual god. You didn't hear Sutek going, "Oh yeah, this is a way that you can defeat me." No, I mean, with the toy maker, it's self-explanatory. You have to beat him in a game. Okay, with music, I don't remember music ever saying, how to defeat them. So, yeah, how come that's a thing that suddenly now exists? But anyway, there's another scene in this episode. So, like I said, Lux is unfortunately absent for a lot of it, so this could be, as I said, budgetary reasons. Or it could just be because Russell T Davies is not very creative these days. Which is a shame, because this is a really, interesting concept. Obviously, stuff like this has been done before, in various other medias of, cartoons coming to life. It's not a unique concept. In fact, even in Doctor Who, this kind of borrows a little bit from a Torchwood episode, very slightly, but even so, it is a fun concept, and it would have been nice to see, the Doctor trapped in like 2D world, a 2D environment. That would have been an interesting thing. I know it wouldn't have lasted for that long due to the budget, but I seriously thought it would last more than a couple of minutes. Trapped in various films. But no, most of that is on a blank white screen background. Great. And then there's the controversial scene where they think they've exited, the film, and, Doctor Who, like, what is RTD's obsession with breaking the fourth wall in Doctor Who? Like, seriously, like, obviously there's, been the odd nod and that here, but very rarely, like, Doctor Who is not known as a fourth wall breaking show. But, excuse me, in RTD's episodes, almost all of his new episodes have basically a fourth wall break to the front. It's just like, oh, why? Why have a fourth wall break? Like, we've had one every, both of these episodes have it. And every other episode after is probably going to have it as well. So, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, basically the Doctor, breaks out of the TV, and we see Doctor Who fans, you can't see this when I'm doing quotation marks, who are watching this. And it's clear from watching this section, RTD has no idea what Doctor Who fans are actually like. Literally has no idea. Like, seriously, just like, oh god, like, this isn't even a stereotype of Doctor Who fans, to be honest. Because a stereotype would be much worse than what they're showing, but actual fans would also not be like that as well. Yeah, so, because, of course, we have one wearing the Lavazi scarf, the shorter version of the Lavazi scarf. We see one of them who I think is meant to be more like me, or fans like me who point out, like, the plot. And it's just like, okay, RTD, but you shouldn't point it out in your own fucking episode. You really shouldn't point out that. Plus, also, that is not how fans criticise things. It's the really hardest thing to explain it. It's just like watching someone who's completely clueless, who thinks they know what a Doctor Who fan's actually like, but in reality has no idea. I mean, I don't sit with with a Fourth Doctor scarf on when I'm watching Doctor Who and clutching a sonic screwdriver with a Doctor Who mug and that. Like, I don't know anyone who does actually do that. But that's one thing. Their dialogue as well, though. Like, Doctor Who fans don't talk like that. And also, you will not get a group of Doctor Who fans where all of their responses is the same. Like, the Doctor asks them, oh, what's your favourite story? And they all say Blink. Over and over again. It's just like, not every Doctor Who... Like, to be honest, I don't know any Doctor Who fans where their favourite story is Blink. To be honest. I seriously don't. Plus, also, you won't get 3 Doctor Who fans where all their favourite story is the same story. Like, basically, friends I'm friends with, and that, we don't have the same favourite episode. None of us has the same favourite story. So, yeah, but anyway, that's another thing us entirely, but God. The thing is, like, we waste so much time here, just like, I should have disabled notifications while I was recording this, sorry. But yeah, Discord... Sorry, not Discord. But this episode, Jesus, just like... You were doing so well up until that point. And of course, we have to have a scene where Ncuti Gatwa cries. And in fact, in the next time trailer for next episode, we see Ncuti Gatwa crying. Just like... Is this a fucking bingo list? Like, the new RTD era is just like, we have to have some sort of political message shoved down your throat at this point. We have to have Ncuti Gatwa crying. We have to have a fourth wall break. And also we have to ignore a more interesting concept to go off on whatever the fuck this is. I did enjoy the ending bit, the final confrontation between Lux and the Doctor. Even though it's very short and doesn't last very long, I do like the fact that he went from 2D to basically a 3D model that's 2D shaded, and then into, a more, advanced 3D model and a more detailed version of that. I did enjoy that. I did enjoy that aspect of it. So, yeah, but God, I just wish that, we had more of Lux, because he is also a fun character as well. But the fact that during the segment, basically, Lux is basically absent in between where the Doctor gets trapped and then finally breaks out. We have this, basically, this 15, nearly 20-minute segment of just Lux being absent. And you don't really feel like the Doctor is under threat. You don't feel like the Doctor and Co are under threat throughout the episode during this point. Like, yeah, they're trapped, but, they don't feel like they're in any danger. And that it doesn't feel like there's a panic, just like, yeah, we've got to get out of here now. It just kind of feels like, oh, well, they might as well have a jolly by all this point. It's just a shame, because we should have kind of felt this point. Like, the thing is, here's a good way of, saving the budget. Just hearing his voice. Like, you could hear him taunt them or something like that, but no, just completely absent during that point. Which is such a shame. It is such a shame, because I do like the character. And I like the concept of it as well. But, oh god, it just also had that feeling just like, now it kind of has to end type of thing. It is a shame. It is a shame. It feels like, you had some, like RTD, you had a good idea there, It may not be the most original thing, but it's a good idea. And you just completely throw it out the window and waste it. You completely waste it. It's such a shame. Because, as I said, the first half of this episode is actually good. I actually pretty enjoyed the first half of this episode. Also, something I would like to comment on. So, just while we're getting here. So, the Doctor cannot land on the 24th of May, 2025. Okay. So, why doesn't he choose either the day before, or, if can't cost your own timeline type thing, choose the day after? Just saying. Just saying. I mean, I know the reason why, but, have him try to, at least, and then go, oh, well, it can't, so, yeah, anyway, let's nitpicking that a bit. But, yeah, the thing is, this episode I'm more disappointed by than anything, because it was going so well up until that point. It was going up so well, and it just kind of threw itself, it had this good idea, we're slowly building that on it, and then it completely, boom, smashed itself down. Yeah. Such a shame. Such a shame, and, yeah, it's a shame, because obviously, with that Disney budget as well, it was actually pretty well animated, at least Lux was. So, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. These are just my initial thoughts after just watching the episode, but there we go, people, there we go.